Welcome all. Today's topic is Nolambas of Henjeru. They ruled from 735 to 1054 AD. Introduction. Karnataka was ruled by a large number of dynasties. Among them, Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas, Sangamas, Tuluvas belonged to imperial dynasties. Kadambas, Gangas, Hoysalas, Mysore Odayars dynasty can be considered as major dynasties. The remaining small dynasties like the Banas, Nolambas, Changalvas, Madakaris, Gorpades and other belong to minor dynasties which ruled over some taluks or one or two districts. Among such dynasties, the Nolambas were prominent in southern Karnataka area, extending over major parts of Tumkur, Hassan, Chitradurga, Kolar, Bangalore, Ballari, Anantapura districts. Nolambas were related to Banas of Banavadi and Pallavas of Kanchi, and they were also major vassals for some time. Therefore, they were called as Nolamba Pallavas. Meaning, the word Nolamba is taken from Tamil word Nol or Nola. It means rush into the enemy's territory or battlefield. In another sense, the feudal lords of the Chalukyas and Rashtrakutas rushed into the political vacuum created after the fall of the above empires. They were called Nolambas. They came to power in the border areas of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, comprising Dharmapuri, Anantapura, Kolara and Bengaluru districts, which were born of contention between Cholas, Banas, Vaidumbas and Gangas. When these areas were attacked by the enemies, Dauntless and the local chieftains organized counterattacks and fell on the enemies and used to repel them. Therefore, they came to be called Nolambas. Thus, the word Nolamba means repellers. Next, origin. Some of the copper inscription found at Kolhapura in Maharashtra on the border of North Karnataka refers to the origin of Nolambas to Nikumba, who were sons of Kumbhakarna Adamon. In Assam inscription of 11th century, the founder was Rakasa Nolamba, Pallava Bharana. In an inscription of Pallava king Aparajita Varma, the symbol of Kumbhakarneshwara temple is found. In a manuscript of Midigisha Nada Prabhu of 1st century, the Nolamba's founder was the Nolamba Sura. They were the worshippers of Shiva, thus they belonged to the Shaiva sect. Early rulers. According to some inscriptions of Henjeru, Trinayana Pallava was the ancestor of the Nolamba dynasty. He was called Kanchipati or Lord of Shiva Kanchi. He belonged to Ishvara dynasty. First, Mangala Nolambadi Raja. The first Nolamba ruler was Mangala Nolambadi Raja. He ruled from 735 to 785. He defeated the kings of the Kiratas and Arakadu or Arcot area. He ruled from Hemavati, now called Henjeru, in Madakasira taluk of Anantapura district near the eastern border of Tumkur. Mangala Nolambadi Raja ruled over Nolambalige, Sasira Mandala. By the end of 10th century, it came to be called as Nolambavadi 32,000. Simhapota. He was the successor of Nolambadi Raja. He was the vassal of Rashtrakuta Emperor Govinda II. He fought under Rashtrakuta commander Permadi I against Ganga ruler Duggamara of Talakadu. Duggamara was killed in the battle and his elder brother Shivamara was enthroned as the vassal of the Rashtrakutas. Simhapota played a major role in the restoration of Shivamara on the Ganga throne. Next, Charu Ponnera. He was the son of Simhapota. He ruled for 25 years. He was the vassal of Rashtrakuta Emperor Govinda III. During his period, also the province was called Nolambalige 1000. He made matrimonial alliance with the Gangas of Talakadu. Ganga ruler Rachamalla I gave his daughter Jayashri to Polal Chora, the crown prince and eldest of Charu Ponnera. There was peace and prosperity during his period. He was given many titles like Pollava, Nolamba, Adi Raja, Raja Parameshwara, etc. Polal Chora I. He ruled from 830 to 875. During his period, Nolambalige or Nolambavadi was expanded by the inclusion of Bengaluru, Kolara, Chitturu areas from Gangas given as dowry to Ganga Rachamalla I. These areas had been conquered by Rachamalla from the Bana ruler Mahabali in 810. There were Nolambavadi extended up to the border of Kanchi. Pulalchora was given the title Nolambadi Raja. He built the tower of the Bhoganandishwara temple near Nandi Hill. He also constructed a great tank near Kambaduru in Anantapura districts. Next, Mahendra I. He ruled from 875 to 897. He was an ambitious ruler and conqueror. With the support of Ganga ruler Rachamalla and Telugu Choda ruler Vikrama Mahendra defeated Bana king Vidyadhara in the battle of Soramati and extended the kingdom up to the Pulinadu. Thereafter, realizing the weakness of the later Ganga ruler, Mahendra annexed some areas around Mandya. In an inscription, he was praised as Ganga Mandaladipati. However, he was killed in the battle by Rachamalla II, as mentioned in the Copper Edict of Kudlur. In this battle, Rachamalla's younger brother Eriyappa commanded the armies. He took the title Mahendra Taka. In the edict of Hemavati city of Henjeru, Bijja Mahadevi, Parama Mahadevi, Akkabe, Dommabe, Gommabe ruled over some hoblis in the Nolambavadi. Next, Ayyappa Deva. According to Madhugiri edict of 897 AD, Ayyappa Deva was also known as Nolambadi Raja, and Nolapai invaded Asadinadu, now known as Arasikere. The local chief Muttarasa was killed in the battle. He was conquered forts of Madhugiri, Midigesi, Tipperu, Penjiru, etc. In 931, he has granted Masavadi and Kogali provinces by Rashtrakuta Emperor Govinda IV for his meritorious services to the emperor. It is recovered in Siritihalli edict found in Ballari district. However, in 934, Ayyappa Deva was killed while fighting for the Gangas against Bhima, one of the Vengi Chalukyas. Next, Anniga, also called as Annaya. He ruled from 934 to 940. He succeeded Ayyappa Deva, who died in the battlefield. Anniga had married Attaibarase, princess of Chalukya. As a result, he enjoyed high prestige. There was estrangement, that is quarrel, between Anniga and Rachamalla III of the Gangas. A battle was fought near Kottamangala, in which Anniga was defeated. In the meantime, Rashtrakuta Emperor Krishna III was enraged by the arrogance of Anniga. A campaign was led against Henjeru, and Anniga was defeated and imprisoned, and his younger brother Dilipa was brought to the throne. Dilipa, he ruled from 940 to 960. During his period, Nolambalige was known as Nolambavadi 32,000, as recorded in the edict found in Jangamarahalli, Pavagada Taluk. He had many titles like Iriva Nolamba, Immadi Nolapaya, Pollavarma, Pallava Rola Ganda, Tribhuvanendra, Ekavakya. In 944, he fought for the Rashtrakuta Emperor Krishna III against the Cholas in the Battle of Tokkalam in the north of Kanchi. Dilipa fought heroically and defeated Gajakusha Chola. Dilip was given the title Kandipura Varadishwara Dakshina Dandadipati and has granted province of Vellore. He was appointed as the overlord of Gangavadi 1000, ruled by Tirumalaya and Kolar region. Next, Nanni Nolamba. He was the crown prince during his father Dilipa. Soon after the death of his father, Nanni Nolamba came to throne, but he ruled for a short period and died of ill health. He was succeeded by his son Nanni Polalchora in 975. He also died within a year in the battle fought against Ganga Marasimha. His widowed queen Devabarasi or Deepambika of Kadamba dynasty granted an agrahara to some Vedic Brahmins family with hope of merit or punya for the dismissed king. Next, Maidabbarasa or Mahendra II. He ruled from 975 to 981. According to Korugudu edict found in Ballari district, Maidabba was known as Nolamba Pallavarasa. He ruled for 7 years. He was able to defeat Rachamalla IV with the help of Tailappa II, emperor of Kalyani Chalukyas. Veera Nolamba Permadi 981 to 1010. His queen Mahadevi issued many land grants which were recorded in inscriptions. During his period, Rajaraja Chola invaded Nolambawadi in 1010. Veera Nolamba was defeated and exiled. His cousin Gangarasa was made the vassal of Cholas in Nolambawadi. Next, Gannarasa. He was also called Nolambadi Raja Gatiyankarasa. He was ruled over Kogali 500, Ballakunda 300, Kukanam 30, Masavadi 5. His younger brother Irivan Nolamba had married the granddaughter of Chalukya Emperor Tailapa. Next, later rulers. Udayaditya ruled from 1024 to 1037. His capital was Kampili. He was known as Jagadekkamalla Permanandi I. He ruled from Kampili near Hampi. His son Jagadekkamalla Permanandi II ruled from 1037 to 1044. Next, Trilokyamalla Permanandi. He ruled from 1044 to 1054. He ruled for about 10 years. During his period, frequent wars were fought between Chalukyas and Cholas. Trilokyamalla Nanni Nolamba Permadi III died in the Battle of Koppam while fighting against Cholas in 1054. After his death, his successors continued as the vassals of Cholas until middle of the 12th century. Then Nolambawadi was conquered by Hoysala king Vishnuvardhana. Next, second stage of Nolambas, that is from 1245 to 1766. After the fall of Nolambas of Henjeru in the 12th century, the first stage of the Nolambas ended. Later on, the Nolambas ruled as a feudal lords in 7 places, namely Kora, Tayuru, Gubbi, Osahalli, Ennegere, Bidire and Puravara. These 7 feudal states were called 7 Nadus or Elu Nadus, also known as Yelanadu. 7 brothers who ruled these places were Kalappa Gowda, Chennappa Gowda, Sangappa Gowda, Kalachikkappa Gowda, Ramappa Gowda, Chikkappa Gowda, Mare Gowda respectively. These were ruled by their sons and grandsons up to the middle of 17th century, when they were conquered by Mysore Wadiyars. These 7 Nada Prabhus were also called Mahanada Prabhus. They were also called as Nada Gowdas. According to their inscription, they served vassals under Hoysalas as well as Vijayanagara emperors. In 245, an inscription was issued by Chikkamara Nayaka, who died in the battlefield. Many inscriptions refer to immigration of Nolamba Gowda families from the Andur border near Tumkur and Kolar. During the Vijayanagara period, they immigrated from Andhra border to Kora and other places in Tumkur districts. In 1338, inscriptions found at Kora, it is said that Ramegowda Mahanada Prabhu of Kora had given his daughter to Bomma Nayaka of Olakallu. Gundugal village was given as dowry. An inscription of 1496 referred to the grant of Naganahalli village to Kora Mahanada Prabhu along with Nidugal, Madugiri, Hagalavadi as for his heroic service to the Vijayanagara emperor. Salva Narasimha Raya. Around 1490, Kari Timmappa Gowda was the disciple of Ediyuru Siddhalingeshwara, who converted a large number of Shaiva and Vaishnava Vokkaliga's family to Veera Shaivism. Their rulers came to be called Nolambas of 7 Mahanadus. Honnappa Gowda was the Nolamba chieftain who ruled at Gubbi, Hosalli as a Mahanada Prabhu. In the days of Krishnadevaraya, the Mahanada Prabhus participated in the Vijayanagara imperial army and played an important role as feudal chiefs. Unfortunately, in one of the campaigns, Mammadi Pattanam of Nolambas was plundered and destroyed by the Bijapur army. Nolamba Veerappa Gowda died in the conflict. His son Hire Chikkappa Gowda built a new capital at Bijavara, about 5 km west of Mammadi Pattanam. He and his successor fought heroically against the later Brahmani Sultan on the side of Vijayanagara rulers during Sadashivaraya, Tirumala Raya, Sriranga Raya and others who ruled from Penugonda. In 1601, Chikkappa Gowda II built Siddhapuramata near Madhugiri for the Jangamas. He also built a new fort at Madhugiri, Channarayagiri, Midigesha, etc. for the defense purpose. In the last days, there was no harmony between Ramappa Gowda and Timmappa Gowda. In such circumstances, Mysoreans conquered Bijavara, Channarayagiri, Midigesha, etc. Both the brothers were captured and imprisoned. Later, they were given Madhugiri Jagir. However, their Jagirs were taken away by Haidar Ali. Thus, the Nolamba Nadaprabhus lost their power. During the same time, the remaining other 6 Mahanadus were conquered by Haidar in 1760s. Next, administration. Extent of the kingdom. Nolambawadi, Nolambalige, Nolamba Rashtra were some of the names were mentioned in many inscriptions issued by the Vengi Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas, Kalyani Chalukyas, Hoysalas and the Vijayanagara rulers. It was known as Nolambalige Savira. Later it was called as Nolambawadi 32,000. It comprised of Kolar, Anantapura, Tumukur, Chitradurga, Bangalore, Dharmapuri and some parts of Ballari district. Hemavati Patana or Henjeru in Madaka Shira Taluk of Anantapura districts was their capital. Some of the large towns were Nandi, Avani in Kolar district, Baragur, Shira, Madhugiri, Bijavara in Tumkur districts, Tagadur in Dharmapuri districts. Thus, border districts of Karnataka, Andhra, Tamil Nadu had come under Nolambawadi. Next, kingship. Some of the Nolamba kings were fond of titles like Prithvi Vallabha, Nolambadi Raja, Tribhuvanadhara, Pallava, Kulatilaka, Pallavarma, Pallava Abharana, Chalakakara, Ekavakya, Amoga Vakya, etc. Some queens were in charge of hoblis and taluks. Chief queens were called Agra Mahishi. Among the queens, Bija Mahadevi, Parama Mahadevi were in charge of capital cities like Bijavara, Midigesha, etc. Next, Council of Ministers. According to Epigraphia Karnatica, there were Pancha Pradhanas or 5 ministers. In some cases, ministers varied from 4 to 6. The commanders were called Prachanda Dandanayakas. Subordinate rulers was called Mahanta Adipati. For example, Varuna Shiva Bharata was the Mahasamantadipati under the Anniga Veera. Nolamba Basavaya was the Pergade of Avani. Some chieftains were called Nadagaudas, Uragaudas, Urodayas. They were assisted by elders of town and cities. They were leading merchants and landlords. Villages were governed by Grama Gaudas, assisted by Shanubogas and Talvaras. Next, revenue system. Land tax was called Siddhaya. It includes entire land tax of the village as noted by Neelakanta Shastri. Panasu was the half land tax as mentioned by DC Sarkar. There were many other types of taxes on land, houses, shop, transportation, etc. Next, land grants. Nolamba rulers were very pious rulers who granted tax-free land to Madras temples, basadis, scholars and poets, musicians and dancers. These land grants were called Rajamanya. Some temples, landlords and rich merchants constructed tanks for the use of villagers and farmers. They were known as Kiramanya or Kira Koduge. Other land grants called Koduges were given to persons for their special services to the kings and the people. Entire village or the city was given as grant. For example, Nolamba King Mahendra II granted Bengaluru town in Pulinadu as the land grant to the local Gowda. Next, other forms of land grants. Horses, white umbrellas, jewel belts and other symbolic gifts to the person for their meritorious services. These honors were given along with the land grants. For example, Kolaturu Karavaya was given white umbrella with the land grant along with the title Pallavaditya Nolamba Shresti. Next, blood gifts. that is Nettara Kodige. Families of the chieftains who died in the battle were given land grants. These lands were called Balagachu, Veeravol and Nettara Kodige. Next, Brahmadeya. Land grants to Brahmins were called Brahmadeyas. For example, Nolamba King Mahendra I gave Tipparuru village grant to Ponnadi, Koshvika and Vedic Brahmins. Ayyappa Mangalam village was granted to another group of Vedic Brahmins. Next, weights and measures. In Nolamba Wadi, lands were measured as Mataras, Kandugas, Kalani. Matara means 4 acres of land. Kandugas Bhumi means land producing 160 seru of paddy. Kolagas land means land producing 20 seru of paddy. Kalani category of land is not clear. Next, coins. Though the Nolambas were feudatories, they were permitted to issue their own coins of gold, silver, copper. Gold coins were called Ponnu and Gadyana. Ponnu in Tamil means gold or Honnu in Kannada word, which is modified from Gaja plus Hana Gajjana. These coins had elephant figures on one side and names of the kings, that's Mahendra and others, on the other side. Many gold coins weighed 4 grams. Some gold coins had Nandi figures. It was the sacred symbol for the Shaivas. Next, army. According to the inscription of Shravanabelagola, Kadulur, the Nolambas were the great warriors and maintained large army to support the emperor in their conquest. They had built strong forts at strategic places. For example, they had built fort at Enjeru, Madhugiri, Madigesha, Channarayanaduga, Nidugal, Nandi, Kolara, etc. On many occasions, they fought for the Rashtrakuta emperor and defeated Ganga ruler like Rachamalla I, Rachamalla II, Ereppa II and others. Therefore, Nolamba chieftains were given the titles like Mahadandanayakas, Prachanda Dandanayakas, etc. Many inscriptions refer to the land grants to Matas. Nobody could encroach their lands. It was declared that it was the great sin as mentioned in the inscriptions. Brahmin performed homas, yagnas and rituals and perpetuated blind beliefs and practices. Vaishyas controlled agricultural trade and commerce. They made huge profit. They enjoyed high status next to the Brahmins. Some of them built tanks and wells for the use of people. Such Vaishyas were given village grants in recognition of their social services. Among the Vaishyas, Balligara Shetty, Polikara Shetty, Govara Shetty, Vannekara Shetty were prominent communities. Next, position of women. Women of royal families, landlords and rich merchants were educated to some extent. They were proficient in fine arts and like singing, dancing, embroidery, etc. Some of the queens were provincial rulers. They were also donors and builders of temple, monasteries, chowltries. Some widow queens acted as regents during the minority of the crown prince. For example, Devabaresi, widow of Immadi Polalchora, acted as regent on the behalf of her young son. She built Shiva and Mukunda temples of Avani. In the inscription of Kolar, Nandi had a daughter by the name Shiva. Savinirmadi is praised as a remarkable woman as she was expert in various shastras. However, a large number of women of the lower class remained illiterate and were good at domestic works. Women had no right to landed property. However, she could inherit jewels and ornaments of gold, silver, gems. She could also get milking cow from the parents to the husband house. Mahendra I, Mahendra II, Ayyappadeva defeated the Banas, Cholas in the battle of Kannaketta, Kolala, etc. Nolamba army consisted of infantry, cavalry, elephantry. They did not maintain chariotry. When we see the battle scene carved on the wall of Shiva temple at Beguru near Bengaluru, in these areas Nolambas, Gangas, Kalyana, Chalukyas can be identified. In these scenes we do not find chariots, hero stones and even inscription on stones and copper do not mention chariots. Many inscriptions refer to weapons like swords, spears, bows, arrows, shields, etc. These weapons can be seen in temple carving. Immadi Polalchora was an expert in horse riding and even medicinal science of horses. Therefore, he was called Turuga Vidyadhara. Nanni Nolamba I was an expert in medical science of elephant. He had many titles like Gajaraja, Malla, Maddane Malla, Katane Malla, etc. In this background, the name Nolambas is justified as they were eager to rush in the battlefield. Thus, they were not only good farmers but also good soldiers. Society. During the Nolambas, traditional four castes remained prominent in the society. Brahmins were about 3% of the society. They dominated in the field of education, religion, and administration. They enjoyed all high post and privilege in the society. They lived in agraharas and they controlled temples. The descendants of these Nolambas are found in the present Tumkur and surrounding areas. A large number of families were converted by Siddharameshwara of Sonnalige. He travelled in almost all the villages of this area preaching Veerashaivism as well as the concept of Kavya Kayakave Kailasa or work is worship. He himself took part in the construction of large number of tanks and drinking water and cultivation. As a result of these families became the ardent followers of Siddharameshwara in the 12th century. Siddharameshwara was the disciple of Channa Basaveshwara or Channa Basavanna, a great philosopher and the nephew of Basaveshwara. In the Nolamba society, there were two groups. One group is called 3-day Nolambas and 4 days Nolambas. According to the popular belief, families which worship the deities, which their family deities 3 days in a week came to be called as 3 days Nolambas, and those families which worship their family deities 4 days in a week came to be called as 4 days Nolambas. Next, education. Agraharas, Brahmapuris, Gatikasthanas, monasteries or matas, big temples served as educational centers in the town and villages. Puranas, Vedas, Upanishads, Manu Dharma Shastras, Kogala Shastra, that is astronomy, astrology, mathematics, Kannada, Sanskrit, Telugu and Tamil languages were taught. Poor Brahmin students were given free food 1 day in a week by the well-to-do Brahmin families. This system was called Varhana. This system was followed by Veerashaivas also. Very few girls were given home tuitions by private teachers. Shudras were denied education from the ancient times. Some of the famous Gatikacharyas were Tribhuvana Bhattarakas of Avani Ghatikas, Varuna Shaiva Bhattaraka of Nolambeshwara Ghatikasthana, Chiluka Bhattacharya of Hemavati Ghatikasthana, Kanna Kesana Bhattaraka of Dharmapuri Ghatikasthana, etc. Religion. King Trinayana Nolamba was an ardent worshipper of Shiva. He had built Uma Maheshwara temple at Henjeru or Hemavati Pattana. It has the most beautiful sculpture of Shiva and Parvati. The Nolambas were worshipped Shiva deities like Rudras, Virabhadra, Siddharameshwara, Siddhalingeshwara, Channabasaveshwara in Linga form as well as human form. In the beginning, Nolamba Veerashaivas were devotees of Bale Honnuru Mata. In the course of time, Goddekere Mata in Chikkanaikanahalli Taluk became the most important monasteries of the Nolamba Veerashaivas. Later, Karikodi, Rangapura Mata, Elanadu Mata and other came into prominence. Some of the important Nolamba temples are Shankareshwara temple at Rangapura, Siddharameshwara temple at Godakere, etc. Beside they also visit pilgrimage centers of Siddharameshwara. They are locally popular as Donne Puja, worship for sacred water pond. The Nolamba Veerashaivas worshipped Vaishnava deities like Ranganatha Swami, Venkateshwara, etc. because they were family deities of the Nolambas before conversion to Veerashaivism. The Nolamba rulers built Yoganandishwara and Bhoganandishwara temples tower at Nandi, Kumba, Daru, Mukanda, Bhatta, Bharateshwara, Lakshmaneshwara and temples at Avani. Next, architecture. Most of the Nolamba temples were built between the 9th and 10th centuries. Temples were square shaped in the beginning. For example, Bhoganandishwara, Yoganandishwara, Arunachaleshwara temples are in square shape. Two to four pillars are found in the entrance hall. In front of the hall, there is a small square hall. These temples do not have lofty towers. In the front of the temple. Instead of the tower, there is a Nandi Mantapa. There are carvings of birds and animals in the Nandi Mantapa. The central tower on the sanctorium is in Dravidian style and in pyramidal form. Pillars and door frames are richly carved. In the middle of the temple roof, Astadikpalakas and Shiva are carved. Some of the important Nolamba temples are found at Henjeru, Nandi Durga, Avani near Mulabagalu, Dharmapuri, Aralaguppe, etc. There are 5 temples at Henjeru alone. These are Uma Maheshwara, Akka Tangi temple, Virupaksha temple, Malleshwara temple, Siddhalingeshwara temple. There are richly carved 16 pillars in the Uma Maheshwara temple. There are beautiful sculptures of Brahma, Vishnu, Kartikeya, Rati Manmata, etc. in this temple. Less important temples are Gavaganeshwara temple built by Gavaganabbe. Nolamba Narayaneshwara temple built by Devabbarasa, mother of Mahendra II. Siddhalingeshwara temple built by Siddhalinga Kamala, a potter. Rameshwara temple built by Shivalingaya, a priest. He built this temple with the fund raised by begging. In the Arunachala temple at Nandi, there are beautifully carved lattice as well as Nataraja statue. In recent years, Kalleshwara temple at Aralaguppe was renovated by Archaeological Survey of India. Next class, let us study about Cholas of Nidugal. Thank you.